Do not weary in well doing. That's just a thought that was in my mind over the last couple of days, and that line is actually taken from a verse from one of the holy books, and it kind of goes on to say, because in due time you will reap a harvest. But for me, that key thing was do not weary in well doing, and I think that was on my mind because I had a moment last week when I was feeling really tired from lots of messaging and responding to people, and in that moment of like slight tiredness and just feeling like I remembered that a few weeks ago, before all the lockdown started, I had listened to a message, and I actually shared that with you guys, I think, where the speaker had said, in this situation with what's going on right now, it makes sense. A lot of us are asking, why is this happening? Why this? Why that? And the other. And he was just offering an alternative perspective and saying maybe we should think more about how have we already been pre-equipped to contribute in some way during this challenging time? How are we shaped? What are the things that we possess that we can be doing in this time? And he challenged us to take a moment to think or to pray and to ponder what that could be. And I remember in that time thinking the one thing that I would gladly claim, if you want to call it, in terms of gifting, is that I feel very clear that I have the ability to encourage. And in that moment I was like, I can be trying to encourage people in different ways during this time, whether that's through a text, whether that's through sending a particular thought or a phone call. And so in that moment when I was really tired, I was like, I just was reminded, Janice, you felt clear that this was something you could be doing during this time. You could be using that ability to encourage people. And, I probably need to think about a bit of rhythm for myself about kind of like, how much time I spend maybe on the phone or whatever and stuff like that, but not to be weary in doing that thing, because I felt quite clearly this is something I could do. And so just sharing that thought with you, don't be weary in doing good. In my line of work, community development, people will talk about compassion fatigue, and sometimes that is because the needs are so great, and sometimes because when we are in challenging circumstances ourselves, not even the big challenge we have right now, our lives can be quite chaotic. And so also responding to potentially things that could help us be in a better place, we don't always do. And so community development workers, social workers, those kind of people probably can have that compassion fatigue, both because the needs are so great, like, what am I doing that can actually help? What I'm doing really is not going to make an impact, or because the response and the engagement with what you're trying to do isn't a lot. And I think that kind of links into this. I think that in this time when we're all just trying to navigate a really crazy situation, we could be like, I don't know what I can be doing, or just like, it can be hard to know how to do and what to do. And believe me, I'm not saying you have to do, because right now in this situation, you've got to self-care, and you've got to think about what do you need to do for you before you can even think about what you can do for anyone else. But maybe just to round this off, a supermarket chain in the UK, Tesco's, had this slogan, every little helps. And I think that, where we can, when we can, if you have the capacity, think about that. Every little helps. That doing good may just be the smallest thing, but if we all do the every little bit that we can do, accumulated, that makes a difference. And so, do not weary in doing good. My little thought for today's Thursday. Bye.